This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by Spring. It's here!
This episode is also brought to you by possible copyright infringement. Have a zippy doo-dum day.
This is Real Garbage. Hello!
Hello!
What's happening?
Just enjoying this weather.
Oh, it's so nice. I actually went for a bike ride the other day.
Whoa, I never go for bike rides.
It's fun. It's nice. It's all uphill here, though, which kind of
Yeah.
sucks. Like, you'll hit a hill, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm downhill, and then, oh my God, there's a bigger hill. I'm so glad. We're working on a new intro song.
Yeah.
Me and the band. Mm-hmm. We're going to make it cool. It's going to have a bit of metal to it, but it's going to be kind of acoustic, too. I don't know. We're gonna figure something out.
Yeah.
Oh, something else I was going to say, too.
We're now
Oh,
recording.
yeah. Yeah, what's up? I'm trying not to look at the camera. No, this is good, though. Video is what we've been missing.
Yeah.
And you mentioned copyright infringement. I know that you can use copywritten stuff if you're doing commentary over it.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So this first episode, I'm going to try and edit a whole bunch of the video of this movie.
Oh,
over top of
wow,
it,
okay.
And put some clips in there, and we'll see what happens if they're like, hey, you can't do that.
Hey,
Okay,
you're
fine.
like, actually, I can.
Because I think as long as I get it from YouTube,
Yeah.
convert it, and then say courtesy of YouTube,
Yeah, exactly.
should be fine. If they're like, no, then we won't put any video of it. It'll just be us. You'll have to watch us.
Yeah. Wow.
hours
What a
straight.
treat.
How's your weekend been? This is the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. Busy. Been working a lot. St. Patrick's Day, I was working at the pub, and my hands were green from
Oh, you guys
dyeing
did
all the
green.
beer.
Fuck, why do people like that?
I
It's gross.
It looked so it was so aesthetically pleasing though, but my hands looked gross.
We did it in Vancouver at the Blarney Stone years ago, and I remember having to do that, and it's just, you just fucking yuck, it's everywhere. It's disgusting.
We
And then
made-
people puke, green beer.
Oh yeah.
Kind of gross.
We made really good shooters for St. Patrick's Day though. It was creme de menthe, Bailey's, and vanilla vodka.
Ooh.
Oh, they were so good. It was like minty fresh, but like
What did you guys call them?
shamrock shots.
Oh, yeah, that's typical. Let's make some shamrock shots as long as they're green.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fucking stupid. It seemed really quiet around here for St. Patty's Day, though.
Yeah.
I was downtown. We did comedy at Dylan's open mic.
Whoa.
And there was, it was a good crowd there, but outside, I remember I drove home at 9:45 and there was no check stops or police or rowdy people or anything.
Yeah.
It was almost like people are growing up and they're not going out as much.
And then everyone on the face of the earth isn't like, I'm 118th Irish. This is my day.
It's my excuse to get drunk. It's just another day.
Yeah.
Like that's nothing different about it.
I remember my birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, happy
yeah.
birthday.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
But when my mom was pregnant with me, my dad's dad wanted me to desperately be born on St. Patrick's Day. And my due date was actually the 20th, so I came on my due date. But yeah, my paternal grandpa was like, she needs to be born on St. Patrick's Day. Like,
Was he a
induce-
drinker?
Yeah.
I want to drink with her on her birthday when she's 18.
He would always have his Kool-Aids as he...
This is straight vodka, Grandpa. Just got some green
Just
food
got some
coloring in there.
Kool-Aid in it.
Hands
And-
are all green.
Yeah, he's like, come on. Yeah, he desperately wanted me to be born on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah.
Grandfatherly love, I guess.
I guess.
You just wanted a drinking buddy.
Yeah.
Everybody just wants a drinking buddy. Okay. Had you watched this movie
No.
before?
I had never heard of it until we decided to do it on the podcast.
I'd heard of it, and I started watching it one night, and you were over here when we recorded last, and I remember playing it, and I said, we should watch this, and you're like, what is this? It was this opening that Steve Zahn scene where he's like, you're not going anywhere, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to shoot you, and then you're Asian whore.
God.
And you're like, we need to watch this. I forgot, I turned it off right there, the
Yeah.
first time I fired it up, because I didn't want to watch it. It was
It's-
stupid. And it was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And it got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I did not know that.
Yeah.
0% from the critics and 32%
What?
from the audience. Yeah. I wrote
Wow.
it should have been R-rated because it was a
Yeah.
PG-14, which is stupid because it took away all the chance of having really good that really good Happy Madison crude humor in it,
Yeah.
right?
Rather
they couldn't do that.
than-
It was so childish.
Yeah, rather than a donkey just like having explosive diarrhea.
The thing shit as much as it weighed.
Yeah.
Like, and then had some for later.
Yeah, and then
On command,
yeah.
no less.
Wow.
This movie was just dumb. I can't believe they got this many celebrities to get in on this
I
movie.
know.
Like, how did they sell this movie?
I don't know. I was reading trivia about it, and the media had a field day with it apparently, and over exaggerated and said that over half of the Native American actors and extras walked off set because it was passing the point of like satirical to being
yeah.
offensive. And then I think it was the guy that played Screaming Eagle, the like chief, said directly to the press, he's like, that's an exaggeration. Only 4 out of 150 left.
Wow. Because there was a point where I thought, is him doing brownface? Is Adam Sandler doing brownface offensive? Like, are people looking at that going like, Jesus, he's offensive with this?
Yeah, I don't know. It was so hard to watch and get behind. And
Yeah.
every time they said engine, I just like, like I physically like,
It was like Blazing Saddles style,
yeah.
but made in 2015.
2015.
I
And
didn't write that down.
I kept thinking like, if the races and cultures were changed to, Afrikaans or, someone like African American, like you can't make a satire about slavery.
No.
And I don't know. It left a real, like I felt not good watching it.
It wasn't a feel good movie for
No.
one. It was terribly written.
Yeah.
Terribly directed and edited with just unbelievable stuff happening in it. I'm like, why? Like, why can't they make it a little more realistic? Like when fucking Adam Sandler turns himself into a tumbleweed. Or just this opening scene where he meets this gang and they're like,
Yeah.
we're going to take your woman and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he throws a bag of flour in the air.
I know, and
Sprints
then-
over, knocks a guy out, runs back, catches the flour and goes, now you only got 4.
You know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of those movies from the early 2000s, like epic movie or disaster movie, where it was just so.
This is when like Scary Movie was coming out.
Yeah. But like, who knew something could be shittier than Scary Movie? But like,
Whoa, Scary Movie was the first one.
the first one was,
Second one was still pretty
so
good, too.
funny. Yeah.
The rest of them were terrible.
But yeah, it was kind of like that cheesy slapstick, unnecessary like body humor.
Yeah, like it didn't need to happen. He could have just been like, and threw knives at them and nailed all 5.
And that's what he did like the rest of the movie. So like running on your hands and throwing a bag of flour in the air, like
Well, and then throwing it in the air and turning it into a flour bomb,
yeah.
which was highly effectively.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so
And his name is White Knife too.
yeah.
So why don't just be all knives? Like he was all knives. Why the super fast speed? Because
Yeah.
the super fast speed could have got him out of anything in this movie.
And he never used it again.
No, just the fucking tumbleweed thing.
The first 2 things I said about this movie, or the first 3 things, the Ridiculous 6, Adam Sandbag, because it's just sandbagged careers.
Oh yeah. Like what? Did he do anything after this one? I didn't look.
I don't know. He was in, I think, like a 4-movie contract with Netflix. And he originally brought this to like Warner Bros. And Fox, and they were like, hard pass.
I heard on a podcast yesterday that Netflix is $100 billion in debt.
Whoa!
Yeah, they just keep taking on debt. They keep making a lot. I think it's like 130 million they're making a month with all their subscribers. That's like a ballpark figure.
Wow.
But yeah, $100 billion. Wait, yeah, $10 billion. 10 billion? Maybe it was 100. It was on Rogan. It was Andrew Schulz and Rogan talking about it. It's a lot. So yeah, who knows? I don't know. Because like
Wow.
Apple streaming service is supposed to be starting soon.
And Disney is
Yep.
coming up with their own streaming service.
happens.
So all the Disney movies are going to be off Netflix and on their own platform.
I think they're getting all the Marvel movies too, which is why
Yeah.
they're not playing as many Marvel movies on
Yeah, they're
Netflix
not
right now.
they're not putting any more Marvel movies on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Well, because I think they pay like $1 million to use it. It's like, why would we? We're just going to get taken
Yeah.
over to Disney. So it's like, because I wanted to watch Iron Man the other night.
Same. They have
watched-
Iron Man 2 and
Yeah,
they
Iron Man 2 sucks. I watched it. I watched Thor Ragnarok instead. This is a great movie.
choice. Such a good movie.
The humor in it was fantastic.
I know.
Well, listen, I like you.
Here's a friend
I
from
like, I
work.
like you a lot better, Banner. I like you a lot better. But, in a fight, shut up, Thor. Hey,
Yeah.
could you stab somebody with a carrot? Do you think that would work?
I
think if you're
no.
super strong, you probably could. Like just
I don't think
like
so.
the mountain from Game of Thrones just through somebody's face. You probably could.
Maybe through like their eyeball, but not their fucking
Femur.
femur and
that
their
was
thigh.
Fucking stupid. Gotta cut breakfast short.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just throwing a carrot at Steve Zahn and stabbing him in the friggin' thigh. And then
The celebrities just keep coming. Well, in that gang,
Yeah.
you had Will Forte.
And I love Will Forte.
He's hilarious. Last Man on Earth.
yeah,
Great show. Nick Swartzen. Nick Swartzen's put on some
Yeah.
weight. Or they put fat face on him or something.
maybe.
Oh, yeah. Nick Nolte was the dad. Then Danny Trejo was in the other gang,
Yeah.
which was just ridiculous. Okay, I had a feeling Nick Nolte was bad from the beginning.
Yeah.
I knew it. I'm like, this is a two-timing motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And he's going to backstab them.
Nick Nolte sounds like he's about to die.
Well, he sounded he sounds worse than he did in Tropic Thunder. You got to put those boys in the shit. I was Merchant Marines.
No, he's so like
He does sound like in a couple of years from now, he's just going to be.
yeah.
And people are going to be translating for him. Like, basically like Stallone.
Do you want
Stallone's doing another Rambo.
what?
Yeah, one more.
Wow.
That's the rumor.
Wow.
That last one was ridiculous.
Why do I feel like the coming Rambo is going to be on this podcast?
Oh, probably. But we should do the latest one, too, where he just murders a whole army of people just, with a 50 cal. It was so. I just remember laughing in the theaters.
Do you want to hear something from the trivia that I don't know if you read as well, but
Yes.
it's fucked.
I do.
So-
I do.
This movie, The Ridiculous Six, was a parody of The Hateful Eight. The Hateful Eight's budget was
Wait, when did this come out?
2015.
When Hateful Eight came out, same year. Because I watched it in Bermuda, Christmas 2015. Yeah, I remember
But
that.
isn't there an old Hateful Eight though?
Oh, maybe. I think. Yeah, I think there is.
Yeah,
I-
'cause
maybe
Kurt
that's
Russell's
what
in it.
That's what the. Kurt
Or no,
Russell.
that's
Oh, no, he's in the new one.
Oh, damn it.
I think Hateful Eight. If there was an original,
Yeah.
it was from a long time ago.
But the
We can't look it up. We're using our phones.
Yeah.
So,
So The Hateful Eight had a budget of $44 million. This movie had a budget of $60 million.
what?
And this is what they came up with.
Had to pay all those celebrities.
I guess.
It's like, give me $1 million
It-
at least.
when the scenes are in like the saloons and the western towns, it looks like they filmed it at Six Flags. I was at Six Flags in October and it literally looked like the western area at Six Flags.
Maybe they did.
Maybe.
Because they, if you think about it, they had at least 30 big name celebrities in this.
Yeah, they had Adam Sandler, they had Terry Crews, they had Rob Schneider, they had David Spade,
Harvey Keitel,
they had-
Vanilla Ice,
they had Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton, he was Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
Will Forte, Nick Swartzen, like all guys you had to pay at least $500,000.
Yeah,
At
Nick
least, let's just say at
Nolte.
least $500,000 to each one.
Yeah.
30 of them. That's $15 million right there. That's a quarter of your budget. And then your crew and your director and your shooting and your writing and everything, your storyboarding, all that's just gonna
I
cost
don't think
millions.
they paid much for writing.
No. Well, Adam Sandler wrote half of it.
Oh.
So that at the end I was like, oh, really? Like, didn't he write stuff like Billy Madison and fucking
Yeah.
So it's classic. Classic. Okay, I loved the fucking impression of the native guy doing an impression of a white guy.
Oh my god.
He does a
I-
great impression of a white guy. Yeah, well, I can't remember what he says. Do you remember what he said?
he said something like, "Oh, I'm going to have a beer." And I don't know, but
I should have wrote it down. It was
I
good.
should have too.
I love like the cheesiness with the writing, like the chief going like that wasn't cool. Just thought that was. I found that stuff. I'm like that's kind of offensive. Like I don't get offended easily, but I'm like
Yeah.
I figure some people would have been like that's fucking stupid. Why would you do that? Like it seemed like too much. It was unnecessary. Didn't have to be there.
No. And then I will say,
Yeah, Chris Parnell was in there too.
yeah,
The banker.
Julia Jones, who plays Adam Sandler's fiance and then wife at the end.
Julia Jones
Yeah, that's her name.
or January Jones.
Julia Jones plays Smoking Fox.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of
She
Smoking Fox.
She's so beautiful. Oh my god. I was like looking her up because she's so beautiful.
Attractive.
And it said she's a third English, she's a third Native American, and she's a third African American.
Triple threat.
Yeah.
Jesus.
She just has such nice features. I feel bad that she was in this movie, but wow.
I wonder how many people actually watched this movie.
Yeah.
I wonder how much it made.
Yeah,
looked it up.
we should. And okay, so when the women it's the scene where they're like washing their stuff, and then Nick Nolte appears.
They're all wearing the lowest cut clothing. I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on, rewind. Jesus Christ.
Adam Sandler's wife plays Never Wears Bra.
Oh,
the
yeah.
one that's like, I had a dream
Wait,
about
that's
you
his,
last
that's,
night.
that's his wife?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, his wife is always in his movies.
I can't remember what she looks like.
She like that.
Okay.
But I made a note that has nothing to do with this movie, but when I was a kid, I saw the movie Big Daddy with Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider.
I wipe my own ass. I got a 2, a 4, a 6, an 8, and a jack. I win.
Is it a hip hop anonymous?
No fair. You give him the easy ones. I tried watching that a few months back. I fucking loved it growing up, and then I watched it
Same.
again. I was like, ooh.
Really?
It's just hard to watch that stuff now because I don't know. I'm older, more mature.
I guess, yeah.
Like I can still watch Grandma's Boy. That's my favorite Happy Madison movie of all time. I wouldn't even make fun of it on here because it's so good. It's so bad, it's good.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's got all the characters from the Happy Madison movies.
Oh.
It's about a guy who works at a video game testing company.
Oh, okay.
It's so good.
We'll have
Yeah,
I'll have to watch that on my spare time.
Yeah.
Not for the podcast.
Not for the podcast. Okay, where are we? So then we meets Rob Schneider, his first half brother, and I thought his sombrero was gigantic.
Yeah.
For starters, And-
Especially because he's such a small dude.
oh yeah, and he was actually having a conversation with his donkey. At one
Yeah.
point, he's like, hang on, I got to talk to him. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I found that. So you got 5 half brothers, and they're all just equally moronic.
I know.
Why is he so level-headed?
Yeah.
Like these guys were just raised by animals. Well, the one guy, I think he was.
Yeah.
Herm.
Herm.
I didn't even get most of the names.
There was.
Lil Pete. Lil Pete, Taylor Lautner's character. Oh my God.
Okay, so the first brother was Diego.
Diego. Yeah.
Yeah, Diego. And then the second brother we meet is Lil Pete. Mm-hmm. And then
Where's Big Pete? Jesus.
And then the third one is, or I guess the fourth one, because Adam Sandler's the first one.
Yeah.
The fourth one is Herm.
Herm.
He
Can't talk.
Can't talk, but can understand English.
Yeah. And Adam Sandler can translate
Yeah.
Herm's language into English.
And then we meet Danny, Luke Wilson. We find out he was Abe Lincoln's bodyguard.
That part was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, it was.
John Wilkes Booth. Hey.
I love that guy.
That was Chris Kattan too. That was John
Yeah!
Wilkes Booth, another
Dun,
celebrity.
dun, dun.
It's crazy. I just watched Undercover Brother the other day. Chris Kattan's in it. He's like the man's henchman. You ever see Undercover Brother?
No.
Put it on your list.
Okay. And then Terry Crews is the last brother.
I love Terry Crews. Mm-hmm. He's so good in
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I know.
In this one,
They
again-
were all underutilized.
well, I wrote down at one point, I said it's like they tried to put together an all-star comedy ensemble cast, but I don't think they let them hang out for a while before to see if they
No.
had chemistry.
No.
Because they didn't. And you look at Terry Crews on the Brooklyn Nine-Nine cast. The chemistry is amazing. They're hilarious, and he's even funnier because of them. But this, like none of them were really complimenting the other.
I know.
It was just like the characters were poorly created and poorly written and just poorly played. It was almost like they threw this movie together in a hurry.
Yeah.
And we're like, man, let's not take any time to
Like,
work
let's
on
just,
it. Yeah, just throw it together. I keep wondering where the noise is coming from, and I forgot. The window's open. Because it's nice enough to have the window open.
Yeah.
And we're leaving it open. Sandler's hair was terrible.
It looked like he
so
was
bad.
wearing. It looked like he was wearing a Cher costume wig, like when a kid wants to be Cher for Halloween.
Do you believe in love after love? Is it life after love or love after love?
I think it's Life After Love.
I had it as a trivia question once.
Oh,
At trivia night, and it was like, is it A, love after love, B, life after love, C, love after life, or D, life after life? I just keep thinking, I smoked that joint before we did this, and I'm like, man, I don't even like, I'm at the stage of my life where I don't even look high anymore. I'm like, I think right now I probably just look baked. I'm starting to feel baked. It's good.
it's good. I wish I were baked to watch this movie. Would have been.
Oh, I
way
was, and
easier.
it didn't make it any better.
Oh,
It just made it
never
more
mind.
painful because time just dragged on.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I loved the, why did the donkey shit so much?
I know, and not only did he shit so much, this is what I don't understand. So when we meet Diego, and Diego has his burro.
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 Yes, it's a burro, not a donkey. Or it's the same thing.
He
Same thing.
Burrow like shits profusely, like explosive diarrhea. Only a 5-year-old would think was funny. And Diego's like, that means he likes you. But then when they're robbing the bank, he literally explosive diarrheas all over Chris Parnell's character.
Yep.
And I'm
On
like,
command.
on command. He's like, not yet, not yet. And I'm like, there's no consistency anywhere at all.
No, it's that's like, it just doesn't make, none of it makes sense. None of
No.
it is logical.
No.
Like, that's not logical. Like a donkey would not shoot projectile diarrhea.
Yeah. Unless
command.
you're abusing it by what you're feeding it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. He's like, not yet. You just wait. And it's like the donkey understands.
Yeah.
Okay, Diego, you can talk to donkeys.
Yeah. Diego can talk to donkeys.
Talk to a burro.
Adam Sandler, a.k.a. Tommy, can talk to Herm.
The Left Eye Gang.
Oh, my God.
I love that. There were certain parts of this movie that made me laugh.
Yeah. Like,
Well, how about I just pull out the left eye? The right one's she's like an eagle.
yeah.
No, you won't
No,
be in the Left Eye Gang.
I
Take it out.
understand the position that you're in, but we're the Left Eye Gang. And Steve Zahn has to pluck out his only eye. And then at the end of the movie, Steve Zahn has like a crisped up bill and he hands it to Will Forte and he's like, do you think this is still good considered currency? And he
Or is it
lifts
too burnt?
he lifts up his eye patch and he's like, let me have a look at it. And Steve Zahn's like, hey!
You didn't take her out? No. Okay, there were points where I felt like this movie's demographic. This is where I went to check the rating on it because some of the writing I felt like it was directed at 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like there were points where I'm going, this is like a fart joke or poop. Like there's poop jokes and
Yeah.
fart jokes. And then Lautner's character was directed at people who are just like, yeah, ha, ha, I can't think for myself.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Hillbilly erections.
Let's go get some tacos. Woo! And that's when I was like, what is this rated? And I was like, oh, like NA-14 or PG-14 or whatever they call it now.
Oh, I guess we should explain the plot. So,
Rewind!
so basically, Adam Sandler's character, Tommy, is like adopted and raised by Native Americans because his dad like abandons him and his mom is killed. And then his dad, as an adult, finds him. And then his dad is like, oh, I have $50,000 hidden that I want to give to you and the tribe.
That's right.
And then
Gets kidnapped.
Danny Trejo and his gang kidnaps him and order him to take him to
The money.
the money. And then Adam Sandler goes on a quest to raise the $50,000 so he can save his dad. And then on the way, he meets his 5 half-brothers.
Coincidentally.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes.
So he meets Diego first, and then Diego wants to help, so they concoct this plan to rob a bank.
With the burrow as a distraction.
Yeah, and they have this like Robin Hood-esque idea, like they're only going to steal from the deplorable.
From bad people.
So then they're robbing a bank. The burrow shits on command as a diversion, and then Lil Pete's eating his ice cream, and Diego, he's like, "What are y'all doing?" And
We're fixing to rob this bank.
yeah, and Diego's like, "This is a diversion," and he's like,
Just tell
"That
them.
donkey's a virgin? Well, so am I, but I've only done it with a cantaloupe." Like, oh my god!
I missed that part. That cantaloupe. That makes sense. He says something about a cantaloupe later.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like like I said, the writing directed at 8-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
This is silly.
So then during that exchange, he's like, "I'm Lil Pete." And then Diego's like, "Oh, where's your dad, Big Pete?" And he's like, "I never met my dad. His name is Frank Stockbird."
It's like, oh my God, you're our brother.
Yeah. So then they take Lil Pete on board. Lil Pete's like, "Are we gonna get in trouble for what we're doing?" And then Tommy's like, "Oh, we'll probably hang." And then Lil Pete's like, "Well, I got a really strong neck because my mom makes me like pull the trough when I don't finish my homework, and that is a lot of times." And then later on, that plays out towards the end of the movie in a scene that like actually did make me kind of chuckle.
Oh my, no, I kept shaking my head at that, going, come on, this is stupid.
I know, but I was like, you gotta laugh at like something, and like slapstick like gets me sometimes.
I like old school slapstick, like Airplane and
Yeah.
Loaded Weapon 1 or Blazing Saddles for Western.
The slapstick that really, really got me and still gets me is in Liar Liar with Jim Carrey.
Oh, it's so bad now.
When he beats himself up.
Kicking my ass! Do you mind? I tried watching it a few years ago as an adult. Oh, it's painful.
Is it?
The pen is blue.
The pen is blue. The goddamn pen is blue.
It was so over the top back then. It was
That's
great
true.
back then, but you watch it now, you're like, oh, dude, I like a little more subtle.
Yeah, or leaving
Comedy.
the elevator. It was me.
No, I did like the one line, horse water. It's you, horse water drinker. That's a horse water trough. You can't drink out of that.
That's disgusting.
You, horse water drinker. I do like Chris Parnell. Because I was just watching a whole bunch of Rick and Morty the other night. Season 2. You watch Rick and Morty?
No, not yet.
Jesus Christ! Come on, there's 3 seasons. It's the best animated series ever.
Okay.
It's best written, I think. The writing is
Ooh.
fantastic. It's so good.
Okay.
It's so complex.
All
I
I
love. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
All I know about Rick and Morty is that I'm pickle and the Szechuan sauce thing. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. And because those are the only 2 things I know, I'm like, ew, cringe.
I can do that now. Break the 4th wall.
He's like,
No, the first time I ever watched it was coming off a mushroom trip with my friend Nick. We watched a ton of Review with Forrest McNeil. Great show. Andy Daly's hilarious. And then he's like, you got to watch Rick and Morty. So he's talking about Rick and Morty, and I just wasn't in the mood when he showed me. Showed me episode 1, which is like, the pilot's not the best.
When is
but
a
it's-
pilot
yeah,
the best, though?
But like
Yeah.
it gets into really good shit after that. And then he shows me the last episode of season 1. I'm like, well, you show me the start and the finish. And I'm like, oh, I'm picking up on this old guy Rick being just a lonely old man and blah, blah, blah. He loves drugs and drinking and shit. He's an alcoholic. And I'm like, no, I don't really know if I can get into this. And then a friend of mine was like, Tyler was like, dude, you got to watch Rick and Morty. It's fantastic. So I tried it again. I'm hooked on it. I can just sit there and rewatch one of
Wow,
season. It's so
interesting.
good. It's a grandpa who discovered interdimensional travel, and he takes his grandson Morty with him wherever he goes. They go into different dimensions and they go to different planets and shit and just fuck shit up or do weird shit or get into weird trouble.
I feel like that's the type of show that like I would watch, but I might not fall asleep to, like it's boring, but like I always like going to sleep with animated shows playing on in the background. But it bit me in the ass last night. I fell asleep watching Family Guy, and it was the episode where Peter donated sperm, and I had a dream about sperm donation. No, yeah, I had a dream about sperm donation, and I woke up this morning and I was like, "Fuck, gross."
Need a shower.
Yeah. So back to this shit.
So there's the carrier crow. I kind of like
Oh,
that.
God,
Rolls
yeah.
up the letter and it goes, "Gah!" Gone. I'm like, what the fuck?
One thing I found funny actually that I made a note of when Diego was like, they were talking about their moms, and Diego was like, "My mother's Swedish," and Adam
I don't
Sandler was
think she
like,
is.
"No, I think she's Mexican," and he was like, "That lying bitch." Like,
He shoots the horse here. In the
oh
scene
my
coming up.
god, yeah, there's
the
a
one-
fly.
Go away, fly. Go away. Leave us alone.
Go away.
Don't worry, I'll take care of this. Like, what does he? Oh yeah, he just
Yeah, he
cuts his,
knifes it in the
cuts his
dark.
balls off.
Oh yeah, he's like,
think
he
you just cut
didn't
his nuts
deserve
off."
to die.
He didn't deserve to die.
He
I got this one.
deserved to know he wasn't welcome here.
Just starts fucking shooting blindly.
And he kills little Pete's horse, Pumpkin. He's like, "Pumpkin? Pumpkin?"
Pumpkin here. Oh, why would you agree to be that dumb character like that?
I know.
It's almost like Simple Jack.
Oh, yeah, Ben Stiller. Mama,
You make me happy. Okay, so now they get to Herm's place. So they're out in the cabin in the woods. He's like, "Oh, it's a mansion." No, it's not a mansion, it's a cabin. Lautner. And they find Herm. And this is just so ridiculous. He
I
gets
know.
Herm on his back and then the other brother on the back, and he knife climbs up the wall to the ceiling and then drops them, or drops all three of them and body slams them.
Yep.
How sharp are these knives? Like, it's going through wood just...
Yeah. And how
It's-
strong are they to support?
Yeah. Like, he's been doing it lots. He jumps out windows and
Yeah.
he stabs into the wall. I'm like, come on. This is just unbelievable. Like, it's like he's a superhero.
Yeah.
It's like basically
Pretty- yeah.
Adam Sandler is the ridiculous six superhero.
Yep.
So they got Steve Buscemi in this as well.
Oh, yeah, as the hairdresser slash
barber.
doctor slash dentist.
Mortician gluing that head on later.
Yeah.
Then they got Harvey Keitel. I love Harvey Keitel.
Who dat?
He beats the shit out of Luke Wilson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Smiley.
Smiley's Harvey Keitel. He's from Reservoir Dogs and like a bunch of other Tarantino
Yes.
movies. Because him and Tarantino, they like each other.
BFFs.
But yeah, he beats up Luke Wilson because he wants to talk to him and tell him something. And then I loved this. He doesn't spill his drink when he's
Yeah.
getting beat up. I got a real kick out of that. I was actually laughing. I was like, "Oh man, he didn't spill a drop." It's like Trailer Park Boys. "Oh, I hope you and your drink are okay." Yeah, we're fine.
Fine.
Yeah, and then at this point, we weren't even 45 minutes in.
Oh,
And then because
Wow.
now here they meet Luke Wilson is the brother.
yeah.
And then Terry Crews as well. He's like, "Oh, he's my Frank. What's his name? Frank Stockburn.
It's Frank Stockburn.
Frank Stockburn's my dad too."
Yeah.
That's all right. He says, like, "Raise your hand if your dad is
Yeah.
Frank Stockburn." They all raise their hand. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
I always forget about Luke Wilson, but then whenever I see him in something, I'm like, yeah, I like him.
It doesn't say wow, though.
No, but I like him.
He's good. He's good in Old School.
Yeah.
Liked him in Old School.
Or the first time I ever saw something with him in it, it was Legally Blonde when I was a kid. He just played like her love
What
interest.
was her name?
Elle Woods.
Elle
Reese
Woods.
Witherspoon.
Oh, Reese Witherspoon. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. It was Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
You ever seen her daughter?
She looks exactly like her.
Knife chin and all.
Yeah.
I will cut you.
Yeah, I like Luke Wilson. He's cute.
How can they not know Terry Crews is black? Like, why do they play it off like everyone's like, what? I can't even tell. No way.
I know.
Or like, yeah, we know, dude.
He was like, I knew you. Well, and Terry Crews, he's like, you guys might not know this, but
I'm black.
I'm black. And I don't know. Maybe they made the decision to do the whole like, we don't see color thing or something.
They see Indian.
Yeah, because of the whole like satire about Native Americans, the whole movie. So maybe they were like, we can't add,
We already have one.
Yeah, we already
Thing.
have one
We're only
group
drawing
of
attention to
people
one.
that we're pissing off.
Why even put Terry Crews in the movie?
I don't know.
Like they.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like him as an actor, but yeah, he was underutilized.
Well, no, I just mean like it in relation to the story. Like, why
Oh.
have that one black brother?
Yeah. Diversity. Well, because if they didn't, someone I don't know.
Well, he's a white guy banging mostly white women, apparently. Yeah. But I guess not. I guess they got to show that he was diverse too. Mm-hmm. He did not judge.
So by this point, there's all 6 of them, and they devise to steal the golden nugget from Smiley.
Yeah.
And there was a part in this sequence that made me laugh.
Was it walking across the tightrope?
No.
Good, because that was dumb.
So they're like trying to steal the nugget, and then hell yeah, thank you. Those smell so
Double white chunk cookies.
Yum. So they try to steal the nugget, and then they're distracting Smiley, and then there's that creepy felt ventriloquist dummy in one of those rooms.
And what was up with that scene?
Like unnecessary.
The trippy part, like he's like, you can hear the voice from everywhere on that doll. I'm like, why? What is the point of this? And then they try to get the nugget out the chimney and it won't fit. And they're yelling. I mean,
Yeah, and then they're like, Plan B! What's Plan B? And then Terry Crews just grabs it and runs.
He should have just done, I thought he would have done that right off the bat.
Yeah.
Just grab it and go. But he's upstairs. He's not going to know.
So he's running. And then it looks like they run quite a bit, but then Smiley is right there. Mm-hmm. And then, so this is the part that made me laugh when he had Tommy, Danny, Lil Pete.
Everybody but Diego.
Everyone but Diego. He had him like cornered, and he was about to shoot him. And then he was like, I get the satisfaction of killing
Classic bad guy mistake.
Frank Stockburn's 5 ridiculous kids. And then Diego comes riding up on Burrow with a shovel to like knock him out, but he fucking decapitates him. And this is the part that made me laugh. Like, he was decapitated and he was like shooting, and they were like, oh my God, he's still smiling. And then that one kind of made me like chuckle, but then it was when Herm put his fur hood up and started like imitating it. That's what made me laugh.
That scene was so dumb. I'm like, okay, he would have fallen. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't have stayed standing and still pulled the triggers after not pulling the trigger for 10 seconds. Like, no, it took his head right off. Then just boom, bam, boom, 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 bam, bam. I swear there were more than 6 shots in each gun. Like, did you count them?
No, but
I didn't count them. I was like, I just don't want to get this movie done. I don't even want to bother rewinding it. Mm-hmm. But I felt like there was like 10 shots in each gun. Just kept going. And then
their song about meeting their dad.
59 minutes in, I just wrote stupid fucking song. God, it was so stupid. Why a musical number? You don't need it. Like this just got. And then the donkey sings too.
Yeah. I know. We'll also like play a clip of the song.
So stupid.
Mm-hmm.
The donkey's like.
All I remember is Terry Crews talking about playing the piano with his dick.
Which is just why?
I don't know.
You wouldn't be able to. It's just I don't think like wouldn't be able to play it coherently.
Yeah.
You would not. It was just you'd have to be you'd be so fast moving up and down. You just wouldn't.
Not to mention, think of how slender piano keys are.
Yeah.
Like,
Terry Crews probably has a big fat dick.
Yeah, there's no way.
It would just be.
Yeah.
Would not work. What was with the baseball game?
I know the invention of baseball called Sticky McSchnickens.
What's this game called? Sticky McSchnickens. And it just went on for so long.
I know.
I'm like, why is this scene even in here? What are they doing out there in the middle of nowhere?
I know.
Like, where did he get that whole group of Asians? Who was the baseball guy?
That was the guy who, and I made a note of this. Whenever I see the guy that was playing the baseball inventor, he was in Transformers. He was that crazy curly-haired guy that in the like second or third Transformer movie, he was like, I'm standing under his scrotum, because there was like those metal wrecking balls under the
I think I know who you're talking about. Like, he's been in a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
He looks like he could play Jafar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the long face.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, though. But he sometimes has accents in his movies. Mm-hmm. I thought that was him, but I wasn't sure. I was like, this guy looks familiar.
Yep. That was him.
But that whole thing was just ridiculous.
I know. But I mean, I appreciated the satire of baseball itself because, yeah, like watching him make up the rules as he goes, I'm like, that does seem how the sport was made. Like,
Kind of, yeah. So I didn't disagree with that.
I didn't say two,
felt
I
like
said
it went
three.
So long, I'm like, oh my god, this.
I know.
And Sandler's just got, I guess he has a cannon for an arm because he can throw knives. really
Yeah.
fast. And he has superhuman strength and speed and magic abilities.
It's like Captain Marvel.
He's White Knife. So then we get to, oh God, the gang finds Adam Sandler's girl, his fiance, and they leave Steve Zahn with one wonky eye as the lookout. Good plan, guys. This is the dumbest gang in history. I just thought that was so stupid. And she's like, okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah, and
escape now.
she jumps on a horse because he can't see and just rides away.
Yep. And he's like, you just wait and see. Like, why would you do that, though? Whoever was in charge is a dumbass.
I know.
My next note was Strong Neck Lautner. So this is where he gets... How does he get caught? Does he get caught or does he...
No, what he does, they're in the like most deplorable town ever. And then he goes up to the mayor or whatever.
Oh,
And he's
yeah,
like,
that's
do you
right.
have any churches here? And he's like, no. And he's like, okay, so I won't get in trouble for doing this. And he motorboats. And then
Motorboats the sheriff's wife.
and then he's sentenced to hang. And then this is the scene that like made me just laugh because it's so stupid.
Well, classic hangings from what we've seen. They'd always drop the floor out from underneath you.
Yeah.
Because they break your neck. They don't choke you.
No.
It's just inhumane.
Yeah.
But they use it like they drop it, so snap it. So there's no way that Taylor Lautner would have survived dropping 6 feet and snapping his neck.
I know. And then he
then he gets
starts
pulled
like
up.
choking and he's like, I'm just kidding. And then he starts just swinging around.
The running man,
Yeah.
basically. I'm like, how does he stop? How's he stopping himself and changing direction?
I
Like,
know.
This is just, And that went on for a long time too. And
Yeah.
they're like, all right, we're gonna kill him. Hold on, 3. Why are they counting? Just shoot
I
him.
know.
Just finish him off. Like that's what this is. I know this is directed at 8-year-olds, but still, kids should be smarter these days,
Yeah.
aren't they?
I don't know.
Probably
Are
not.
they?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not from what I can hear.
So then they raise all the money and they go and they're celebrating and they have like they're in a hot spring or whatever. And then the Left Eye gang finds them and immediately Luke Wilson's character Danny like holds his breath because he had mentioned he can hold his breath for like 6 minutes.
That's his ability.
And the Left Eye gang tries to like kill them, I guess, because they didn't know they had the money. Because when they
I think I stepped into the kitchen during this scene. So I came back and I saw him going like, I told you I could hold my breath for a while. And I was like, what the fuck
yeah,
just
so
happened?
he holds his breath and like gets out of the water and attacks them, and then they go on the run to leave, and then the money is knocked out of the wagon, and they're like, "Oh my god, yeehaw, jackpot!" So they steal it, and they're like, "No!" So then, not having the money anymore, they decide, as a last ditch effort, to go to a high stakes poker game.
Where David Spade and Vanilla Ice are.
Yeah, David Spade is Colonel Custer or General Custer?
General Custer.
General
Vanilla Ice
Custer.
keeps calling him General Custard.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
he's like,
D
there's
on
no
it."
D, I'm not a dessert. And then Vanilla Ice is Mark Twain, and I had no idea I needed that in my life.
I had to
But
look it up.
wow.
I had to look it up. And
That
once I found
was
it, I like,
funny.
nice. But we skipped over Luke Wilson's flashback.
Oh, yeah.
Flashback to being Abe Lincoln's bodyguard.
He's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Do you guys want anything? And Abe's like, what?
That's not a good idea. Oh, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. And then he leaves and he encounters John Wilkes Booth. And he's like, John Wilkes Booth, the actor. I love that guy.
Chris Kattan.
And he's like, do you know where I can find Abe Lincoln? Oh, sure. Last door on the left. James Wilkes Booth.
You know what? I feel like there were a lot of actors in this movie that were like, we want to be part of this so bad because they needed the money.
Yeah.
Like Chris Kattan and
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Blake Shelton doesn't need that money, though.
David Spade. You got people like who else was I just thinking? I don't know. But there's a lot of them that haven't done anything
Taylor
in a long
Lautner.
time. Yeah.
Anything he's done post Twilight has bombed, so
Yeah.
he's probably like, oh my God, I need the money.
Because you see people like John Lovitz. John Lovitz probably hasn't done
Yeah.
anything in a long time. And he was in there too.
When I think of John Lovitz, I think of Rat Race.
I'm Prairie Dog
Okay.
Dad.
Oh,
haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Same. We should check the rating. Maybe we can do it on the podcast.
Probably really terrible. That had John Cleese in it, didn't it?
Yeah.
He was the guy like leading the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like there's a Home Alone joke. Oh, I put
Oh
I
my
put down.
God.
Nobody ever fights back in these movies.
Yeah, I know.
John Lovitz gets choked by Herm, and he's just like
Because he insults Herm and
singing the
his
national
mom.
anthem. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he goes to get a bottle of the alcohol Herm's mom made, and
Yeah, that
he
he
chokes him in the
stole.
cellar. Yeah, and then it made me laugh so much when Herm was trying to talk, and he's like, and John Lovitz's character was like, "God bless you." Like, it just made me laugh. I was like, because it's not a like immature or inappropriate joke. It was like,
Yeah.
gibberish.
It kind of sounded like he was sneezing.
And then I did say the costuming department did a good job.
Totally.
Like-
yeah, everything looked pretty good. Maybe that's where most of the budget went to.
Maybe, yeah.
It wasn't special effects or some special effects.
And then Vanilla Ice, Blake Shelton's character said to Vanilla
lied
Ice
or-
is Mark Twain, not Tom Cruise.
Tom Twain.
He was like,
Mark
"Oh,
Cruise.
I just read, what was that book?" He was like, "I just read something." And Mark Twain's like, "Oh, really? How'd you like it?" And he was like, "I didn't get it." And then he's like, "I'm just kidding. I can't read."
I can't read.
And then, so I guess if something were to go wrong, because Diego is undercover as a Mexican coffee bean rich guy,
What was his name?
Don Diego.
Don Diego.
Don Diego.
Well, Don Diego. Wide Earp.
His signal was for if something went wrong. And of course, Terry Crews gets taken up by John Lovitz's wife.
Did he sleep with her?
I think so.
Well, she came back with like half of her clothes on.
Yeah.
Like that was odd. She's like, "Oh, what did I miss?" I'm like, "Where are the rest of your clothes, woman? Why would you come back half dressed?"
Yeah. And then Herm was downstairs killing John Lovitz. So Don Diego goes like that. And Blake Shelton's like, "What are you so surprised about?" And he's like, "I'm surprised at how much fun we're having." And he's just like, again. And then David Spade's Home Alone quote, he's like,
Oh my God.
"I make that face when I put my cologne on, especially when I'm home alone." I was like, that made me laugh too.
I just wrote down a Home Alone joke. Like, really? Why was the wife wearing a beard when she came downstairs?
Because she's wearing Terry Crews beard. I think that was the
I didn't realize Terry Crews was wearing a white beard.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Because his name was Blanco Birdo.
Yeah, that guy started checking out at this time. It was like an hour and 25 minutes into it. I'm like, oh God.
They come across the Left Eye Gang all
Yeah,
buried.
buried up to their neck. This part was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
I loved Swarsden yelling at that crow.
Same, that's what I wrote. He's like, "Ah!"
Fucking ants crawling all over Steve's face.
Yeah, and he's like,
Pull
"Can
the
you
ants out of my beard.
before you go?" And then they were like, "Help us out." And Adam Sandler's like, only if you commit to stop living a life of crime and start doing good." And they're all like, "No."
hell no.
And then they go to leave and they're like, "No, just kidding. We're just kidding."
Oh God. Yeah, that part was actually kind of funny. I found like it just Swarsden yelling at that crow because he
Yeah.
probably just did it out of
Yeah.
nowhere, and they're like, "Shit, we got a CGI and a fucking crow now."
Yeah, exactly.
Something he would do.
So then the Left Eye Gang has kind of joined forces with the Ridiculous Six. Like, they're okay now. They're on good terms. So they go and find Danny Trejo and his gang.
And their dad.
And their dad.
Dad.
And then
Piece of shit.
they, and then they give Danny Trejo's gang the 50 grand. And then Adam Sandler's like, "You killed my mom, so I'm going to kill you." And then he throws a knife, slices a bullet in half, and then right into Danny Trejo's forehead. And then obviously his gang is like ready to kill them.
Frank said, that's what Frank's like, hey, it's one less person to split the money with.
Yeah.
And they're like, cool. Yeah, you're right, old man.
Yeah.
And they leave. Like, and that even just solidifies. I'm like, he's dirty.
Yeah.
Come
And then
on.
he has like a nice interaction with all his sons that was like cute. It warmed
I
my
didn't
heart.
believe it.
No, but like just the interactions with them, like it was so cute. And then and then when the Left Eye gang joins ranks with the Ridiculous Six, and it's revealed that Nick Nolte, was bad. What did he want? Like I zoned out at that part.
He owed a debt and he wanted money. I think that's what he
Right.
said. So he's like, we needed to make some money and not lift a finger.
Yeah.
So we got you to do it.
And then it's revealed that Nick Nolte has Adam Sandler's fiance, and Steve Zahn's like, I found her. I told you I'd
How
find
did
her.
he find her? He couldn't even fucking see anything.
So yeah, and then Nick Nolte and Smoking Fox go into the mine, and they do that same like voice thing again, like they did with the ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah, and the light dimming and going out. Like it's like, what? Why is this? Before that, the zoom in shots of all the characters like having the standoff was good. That was a nice little
Oh,
throwback to
yeah.
like old school Western. I
Yeah.
actually kind of giggled at that. I was like, oh man, that's funny. Because people have done that with like meme characters
Mm-hmm.
online. Like that little kid with the buck teeth
Yeah.
zooming in on other faces. Huh? What?
What?
Huh? So I got a kick out of that. The 3 nipples, we didn't need to see that.
No.
No. That's fucking gross.
Yeah. Do you have 3 nipples too, Dad?
Yes. And then he throws knives in the dark, pins
And-
them to the wall.
Yeah.
And that,
And then just leaves them.
how can you not get out of that? They're sharp knives.
I know.
Just go,
Yeah.
just walk forward. It's going to cut your shit off, but it's just your shirt, your
Yeah.
jacket.
Yeah.
Then they had the wedding.
Yeah.
We're at the end of this movie. It's 2 hours.
I know.
Hour and 52 minutes
Mm-hmm.
before the credits rolled. And he's playing piano with his dick.
Yeah.
And again, like he's like hitting, he's moving, but
Yeah.
he's hitting like
He's
9
like-
keys at a time.
Yeah.
Like-
It's
like, no.
just. And then Mark Twain dancing at the wedding got me laughing. He was like,
when he's like, these white people can't dance.
yeah. And it was. Mark Twain is the only thing in this movie that like made me laugh.
Yeah, just because it was Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice is kind of funny.
Yeah.
The shitting wood carving at the end.
Yeah.
Like, really, just one more poop joke in there for us, guys? Come on.
I know.
We didn't need it.
I know.
They took up wood carving. Oh, wait.
Yeah, like
Come on.
get your shit together.
Yeah, fart jokes and poop jokes were good
They're-
in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Now, come on. We're more sophisticated than this.
I need palatable comedy
It's like,
for
I tried watching Action Point.
Oh.
Ugh.
Not
Like,
good.
I love Johnny Knoxville and all those
Yeah.
guys back in the day. But now it's like, man, it's just watching him hurt himself now is like, it's hard to watch.
I know, especially because he's like old.
Yeah, he's in his 40s, I think.
Like,
Like,
bro.
dude, stop hurting yourself. It's
Yeah.
no.
Just like in the last Jackass movie, like in Jackass 3.5, he had his daughter Madison on set, and she was part of like the Rocky where he'd throw water and then punch him. And
Oh,
she
yeah.
did that to like Preston Lacey. And I'm like, I feel like you should quit when your kids are doing
Yeah,
it.
well, those kids will be fun.
That's
fun.
true.
They'll be fun adults.
Yeah,
Not
hopefully.
like some of these lame people out there right now.
Bam Margera had a kid.
After his breakdown or before? Like after Ryan Dunn died?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No, like recently. His son's only like a year old.
Oh, I think he's cleaned himself up pretty good. Yeah, he was going off the rails there pretty hard.
I
too
would
bad.
too if my best friend died.
It's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Those guys were fucking awesome. Anyway,
know.
we're bringing this down. Here.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back up. That was it.
That's Ridiculous 6.
Ugh. I
Wow.
give it a ridiculous 1 out of 10.
I will generously give it a 1, and that 1 is for Mark Twain. That's it.
Ice, baby. We are back next episode with Dracula Untold on Netflix.
I'm excited for this. It's a terrible movie, and I picked it apart, but action sequences get me.
Ugh, they weren't even that good. Weren't even that good. Well, anyway, find us on Spotify, YouTube,
Podbean,
iTunes, Podbean, TuneIn.
Castbox.
Are we on Castbox? Mm-hmm. Oh, sweet. I didn't even know
Wait.
that. I don't think we are. No.
No, I think so. Possibly.
Maybe. I don't know. Check it out.
Yeah.
Any suggestions? Like us on Facebook, Instagram. Suggest stuff.
Yeah.
Email us at realgarbagepodcast@gmail.com. That's it.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Real Garbage.